Third Phase of Moon, we got Travis Walton joining us tonight. We're going to be looking at some UFOs and picking his brain about the UFO field and what's happening today. Also, we have Doc Skinner joining us tonight, going over some of the best UFOs that came to us this week. Let's get started with this one right now. Let's do it.
Está posado en el cerro. Miren, ahí está, oye.
¿Viste? Está grabado, está grabado.
Estamos.
Se notó el borde del cerro. Ahí está.
Está en el aire. Miren, mira eso. No está en el cerro.
Anthony,
está en el aire.
Esta luz.
Es un objeto que está en el aire, señoras y señores.
Hey Doc, I think this was captured actually a couple months ago. What's your opinion on what we're seeing on this event on the beach?
It is something I haven't seen before, but I have seen people interact with UFOs with lasers. But the reaction of this UFO is unheard of. It's so spectacular and large in the fact that it's out at sea.
Absolutely, it is. We got so many UFO videos that came in this week. It's off the hook, so we just got to get it down fast. This was captured at an airport, and again, we're seeing these metallic silver balls that float in the sky that we've been seeing in all sorts of regions around the world. What is this? Is this a phenomenon happening? Something new?
Well, first off, let's just get the naysayers out of the way. Those light streaks you saw were reflections of light inside of the building we're filming out of. But it is peculiar. This new silver ball it's been making its rounds whatever it is. You're seeing a lot of videos of it. But the fact that it's directly over an airport, over aerospace, is phenomenal. Because it's really hard to, you just can't fly over an airport's airspace. It just doesn't happen.
There it is, a good close-up. It looks metallic, spherical, very interesting, and as it just floats. This has been seen, like I said, around the world. We've been actually seeing a kind of more of an uptick of this kind of phenomenon of this spherical floating ball.
So what makes you wonder, is this a drone, or is this a new form of military surveillance? What kind of propulsion system is this running on? Because you don't see any jet engines. Could it be toroidal energy? Who knows? But it is quite interesting that it's being seen over an airport. And that right there really makes me wonder, because what are the air traffic controllers saying right now when this is happening?
That's an FAA security emergency almost. It's a breach.
Exactly. And it's just not allowed. So the fact that it was able to get through that aerospace is amazing. Now, here's another video that has been making its rounds, and it's quite interesting. It looks like a sideways blimp, like it's just hanging from the nose area, but it's perfectly still. If it was a balloon, you would think, because there is cloud coverage, that there's wind, that it would be kind of moving around. The lights on the tails are not blinking, so that's not FAA regulation. They have to have certain colors saying, you know, which is left and right side of their craft. The top of it looks quite interesting, as if maybe it's a large window, or possibly even maybe a solar panel if it's electric. It's an interesting thing. It actually reminds me of when I was a child, those water bottle rockets that you'd shoot up. And
yeah, definitely. It does look like a bottle rocket. I'm thinking it's probably definitely an advertisement stunt. Somebody put this up there, and we're looking at something that's definitely one of ours, in my opinion. Again, this is making the rounds. People are probably going to think that this is something from another world, but what I'm stating here, people might have another opinion that this is something otherworldly, but in my opinion, I think it's a stunt. What we got really exciting news coming up right now is we have Travis Walton with us, and we're going to do an impromptu video of us actually sharing some UFOs and just talking a little story. Check this out. Seeing these orbs up in the sky, but this is at 30,000 feet. There's a close-up right there.
That's more like the Tic Tac shape, isn't it?
It does kind of have that gimbal kind of feel, doesn't it? There it is, kind of the open shot. You can see another commercial airliner in the background. There it is. It just happens like super fast.
I compare what we saw to the commercial airline thing. You know, when you see an airline coming in for a landing, the airport, they've reduced their speed a lot, but it looks like they're barely moving. But if they weren't doing a couple 100 miles an hour, they'd fall out of the sky. So the fact that that thing flew that fast and stopped right over the top of us, just, you know, nothing we have. We don't have anything like that.
The technology that you're seeing is, you're saying that basically our government doesn't have this kind of, you know, propulsion that we're seeing, that you're witnessing.
No, well, if they did, it's, who keeps a secret? Do you think the people in the government are keeping a secret? You know, it would take hundreds of people to maintain the hangar that thing's kept in and all this. Hundreds of people, and it's not going to leak out. The idea that the government has all this and that we're continuing to have to pay all this money just to heat our house and have lights on.
Yeah, I hear you. Here, check this one out. We got another one from a commercial airliner. And this is, again, 30,000 feet. This one, again, looks really more closely resembled to the gimbal right there. We're going to get some close-ups. Could this just be some sort of experimental balloon or something mundane, or is this something, a phenomenon?
And it's above the clouds. So it's not being blown by the wind because the clouds would be moving.
There's no CGI in this one. It's legit in my opinion. What do you think?
I think it's legit, whatever it is.
This is, I think, even better than what the government dropped, right? It's not flare video. We're seeing a straight up video right here at 30,000 feet. There it goes behind the wing. Again, one more shot. What do you think? Just get your opinion on this one, and I got another one to show you.
The best source of observation of these things are airline pilots. And they're the ones who are, if they got any brains at all, keep their mouth shut. So they know it'll ruin their career if they report it. So there's a few, you know, have said, "Are you seeing what I'm saying?" You know. We've heard those recordings, but I was sitting on an airplane. Girl next to me said, "My boyfriend's an airplane pilot," and she was saying that he can't report it, or you know, it hurt his career. But that was back then. I don't know.
Things have changed apparently.
Been a few years. They'd probably get away with it now.
Yeah, we hope so. I still think there's probably a stigma on that, and pilots are still reluctant to come forward.
Had a heck of a pilot just today. You heard about that one? He was just riding in the jump seat, and he got up and tried to turn the engines off on the plane.
Oh yeah, that was
make it crash.
That was an event today, for sure.
Thank
God it's diverted. Here's another one of California, an orb. This one, I'm still thinking, we get videos all the time. I'm going to give you a close-up right here, Travis. Let's see. Tell me what you think. There it is. It kind of looks metallic.
Yeah, but it's floating along like a balloon.
Does it look like it's attached? Do you think it's moving, or is this parallax?
Well, and because the camera's moving at the same time, it's hard to tell. But if aliens wanted to disguise their presence, they could imitate balloon behavior.
Yeah, there's a person that stated that back in the day, that they disguise themselves as balloons. Well, you know, this one doesn't impress me too much, but somebody sent it. They wanted to get our opinion. I'm thinking this is some pretty much mundane, but it's interesting footage. It's still an unidentified flying object. Anyway,
You know how many TV series there have been where the aliens disguise themselves as humans? That way they get to use regular actors, but only briefly do they somehow revert to... there's a bunch of shows like that, aren't there? They can somehow alter their appearance. Works for Hollywood.
Well, thanks, Travis, for going over some of these UFO videos right here at Third Phase Moon. Appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and
take a look at it.
take a look at it. See you guys next time.